Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shuffle Podcast. It's episode 136. We the Cookie Shuffle, guys. I'm Joe.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Sarah.
Wow, look at us. Two out of three back together again.
Look at you guys.
Yeah. Sharing headphones. So right before we started recording, Dave was like, do we have a way for both of us to hear you? And I was like, no, I don't think we do. Like, I go, we can just share these headphones. And he was like, how come we just haven't done that every single time we've ever recorded together? Because normally what we do is I make the call on my phone and I use my headphones plugged into my phone or like my AirPods. And then I just turn my phone like either all the way down or like mute myself on my phone. So we just can do it on here. I don't know why we just haven't shared headphones the entire time.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we have not. I don't think we have ever shared headphones. Yeah. I've never been this uncomfortable. I hate hearing or sharing headphones with someone.
Yeah, it's awful.
I have pizza in my teeth currently, so
you can't move too far away.
No, yeah, this is about the full extent right here.
Yeah, because one slip of my head and it's
gone.
It's literally out of my ear.
Yeah,
2 seconds.
Sarah, you had an eventful weekend.
I actually did, yeah.
Take it away.
So, as stated, I work for a minor league baseball team, which with the league rules that we're in and how the season is structured this year, the team will be home for a homestand and then they go away and they travel for a week. So this last homestand was from Tuesday until yesterday, meaning we had a game every single day from Tuesday until yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the math from last week. And I don't know if I talked about it on the pod or like the last homestand, I spent 82 hours at the ballpark. I can promise you 109% I have surpassed that number this past week. This was also my first official complete homestand solo. So,
right, because the person who that girl who just left, that you're doing her job now.
Well, she was my boss.
Right. Technically.
Yeah, it was my first. I am now my own boss. So
damn.
It's a big deal. 7-game homestand, completely solo. 6-game homestand, completely solo.
You made it through, right?
I did. And then, so our Tuesday game was at 7:00. Our Wednesday game was 7:00. What day comes after that? Thursday was 7:00. Friday was 7. Saturday was 6:30, but we had a pregame band, so our gates opened at 4:30. Usually the gates to the ballpark will open about an hour before. But we opened at 4:30 because we had a pregame band. And then Sunday our game was at 1:30 and the gates opened at 1. So long weekend. We actually won, I think, all of our games or 5 of them.
Oh, shit. Go
Boulders. So the boys are like on an uptick. I don't know what they did, but they figured it out. So we've been having a lot of attendance because the team has been doing well. So it's been really exciting to see a lot of people in the ballpark.
But what the fuck's going on right now?
I was laughing at myself. Sorry.
Oh.
What did I say?
No, he's laughing at himself apparently.
I was trying not to slam down this cup of water on the desk. And so for a second,
he was just balancing it over the coaster.
I was hovering it over. And then I got a slight smile and you were still talking.
But where some of the exhaustion comes from is I have made the conscious choice, to go out after some of these games. So
yeah, I mean, you don't want to be a loser, so
right. I got to utilize the time that I have.
Yeah. You're not getting any younger.
No, I am not. So after some of these games, I have, trekked it back into the city to go out. Because sometimes I'll stay at home in New Jersey because it's closer to the stadium than it is for me to travel sometimes from Manhattan. But, also I need to add some of our games move so slowly. Like sometimes there's a couple games we get through pretty quickly, but then we'll be going at a nice nice pace here, and the sixth inning will roll around or the fourth inning, and it just drags. Like we could have 2 outs for like 45 minutes, and half inning could take us sometimes. Like there have been like I think it was our Saturday game was like either Friday or Saturday. Our game was close to like 4 fucking hours long. It was some of them can be brutal, but we've won, so like that's all we can kind of ask for. But yeah, some of these nights I've gone out after before needing to be back at the stadium. So I think between like Wednesday to yesterday, I was functioning maybe on like 12 hours of sleep.
Way to live.
Yeah.
Um,
Sleep when you're dead. That's how I live my life.
so one of my more reckless decisions it wasn't even
What are
reckless.
you eating? Can I ask that really quick?
Pickle potato chips.
Oh, nice. Dill pickle?
Yes,
Yeah.
naturally. The
Yeah.
only way to go.
Yeah. I don't know if they make any other kind of pickle potato
I
chip.
don't think that they do.
Yeah.
We're just towards the end of the bag here, so they're
So
a
you
little-
getting
Yeah.
the runts.
But needless to say, have I had time to go grocery shopping? No.
No.
So we're just eating what's around the apartment until
Yeah.
we get that done this week. But I had off today. Our office was actually closed in honor of Juneteenth. We closed today.
Okay.
And so I get my other like floating day off later in the week. So A, pretty hyped about that. But B, I made the decision to drive to Long Island last night after our day game to go see Bryce Vine.
Yeah. So jealous, actually.
And
It looked really fun.
it was so good. The timing worked out really well. I left the stadium at like 6. I got to my college roommate's house at like 7:50. The concert started at 8, but like he didn't go on until 9, which we knew was going to happen. And we didn't know the headliner, so like we weren't crushed that we weren't going to see him. So I get there and I walk into her house and she's holding a cup of like mysterious clear liquid, and she's holding 2 Down East ciders. We go into her room and she goes, "What do you think's in this cup?" Oh, she also had 2 hot dogs on a plate. She was like, "So we can't say."
How was she holding all this?
Well, the cup was like in her arm.
Oh,
and
okay.
the hands were in her hand, and then she had the plate.
Got it. Yeah.
What kind of
Well-
Downy cider was it?
So it was the new
Slushy?
blue slushy one.
They're out. Every time
Yeah.
I go to the store, I'm like, "Do you have the blue slushy cider?" No, they're out.
She found them at Wegmans.
Love Wegmans.
I should have rolled up to Wegmans.
Good old Wegs.
She was holding the hot dogs, and she's like, "Can't say we didn't try to at least eat something before we went out." And I was like, "Okay," because I hadn't eaten anything all day. So she's holding this cup, and she's like, "Smell this." And I was like, "Sarah, what? Like, what do you mean, smell this?" And she goes, "I made green tea shots, and they smell really good." And I was like, "Okay." So then she pours me 2 shots out of this mystery cup.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Those are for you because you need to catch up." And I was like, "All right, no worries." So then we take 4 shots each and have this Down East before we get in the Uber to go to the concert. We get there and they have a bar, naturally, but they're not letting you into the concert venue portion with a drink. You have to stay in this like roped area. And we're like, this is dumb. So he starts to perform and we're trying to like get our drink order, and we just go, "Fuck it, give us 4 shots." So we each just rip 2 straight plain vodka shots. Like absolute vodka.
My like mouth just started like salivating so much at the thought of that.
Just we're like, gotta do what you gotta do, because we were pretty buzzed because we drank so quickly when we got to her house. When I got to her house,
Yeah.
so we were like still riding our nice buzz, and we didn't want to be like super fucked up or like drink too much that we had to pee and like miss a song.
Yeah.
And so
And you had to get something quick so you could get into the concert.
exactly, like we could like see him
Yeah.
very clearly from where we were standing, but like we were like, nah, we want to like get in there. And then we like kind of weaseled our way up to the front after
Yeah.
we did, and we were pretty close. So this is now the 5th time that I've seen Bryce in concert. I saw him twice at Firefly and then twice in Boston and then this one. I wanted him to play longer. I was like convinced he was going to play for 2 hours, but he only played for like an hour and 20 minutes. And I was like, I was a little sad because he didn't play like some of the songs I wanted him to play, but absolute banger, great performer. Love watching him perform. So my roommate from college has been to this venue because it's on Long Island so many times, and she knows where they come
in and out of, yeah.
So this is kind of embarrassing, but we waited probably close to like an hour for him to come out.
Ew.
It was like us and like literally 7 other people who also knew like where they come in and out. We straight up waited for like an hour for him to come out.
I mean, I guess if you were expecting him to perform for 2 hours, you perform for an hour 20 and you wait another hour, what's really the difference?
Right. So, I mean, it's still a little embarrassing.
Oh yeah, well, definitely.
But I also got to meet Hoodie Allen, who I also love. So him and Bryce are apparently like actually friends because Bryce opened for Hoodie years ago. And I can't remember because I also see Hoodie like every time he tours. I see him with Jess, my roommate here. We love him. We've like traveled kind of to see him. Like the closest one time was in Pennsylvania. So we like traveled to go see him there. I actually saw him, Joe, the day before I got my appendix removed.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I got my shift swap so I could go see Hoodie Allen.
Yeah.
In Florida. And then all the pictures of me in the hospital are wearing the merch shirt that I bought that day.
I do remember that.
Yeah. So during the concert, Bryce like announced that Hoodie was there and Sarah knows that I love him. And she was like, you're going to fucking freak out if Hoodie comes on stage and they perform. Unfortunately, he didn't. I was a little bitter.
Yeah.
But he like just strolled out with him at the end of the night. And I was like the only person that went and talked to him because I was like the only one that like really knew who he was. And we actually have the same birthday. So we like chatted about that. And I like he took pictures. We took it like one on my disposable. That one I'll definitely post on the Instagram.
Yeah, you have to.
And then like we chatted with Bryce and like told him we saw him at Firefly. And like my roommates met him before. And I've actually also met Hoodie before because he does like meet and greets at his concerts. And they're just nice. They were like genuinely cool people. Very calm, cool, and collected. I mean, there was literally 9 of us waiting at him. So it wasn't like this big thing. He like took the time to like chat with each one of us like about like coming to the concert. It was just like really nice. And then we got in the car and her mom picked us up and drove us to McDonald's.
Nugs
and fries.
Nugs. Well, I mean, naturally, yeah. But
And then we got home and Sarah was like, because it was still kind of early. We got home at like 11:15 and we were like, we don't really want to go back out. I was not doing well. I was like falling asleep in the car. Like I was not like because I was drunk.
Yeah, you were just dead tired.
Purely exhausted. Like I sat down for 5 seconds and I was like, I am sleeping. And she was like, well, I have this whole bottle of wine. Like, should we just drink it? And I was like, twist my arm. So she got these cups and she just like, she keeps pouring and pouring and pouring. I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, the cups hold half a bottle of wine. It's perfect. Then we don't have to pour anything else. And I was like, okay. So we drank the whole bottle of wine and I am so purely exhausted. I start telling a story and finish it with a different ending. And she's like, you lost me. She was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't even remember what I was talking about first, but all I remember is ending it with being like, yeah, that's just not good baseball content. And she goes, you weren't talking about baseball at all. She's like, finish your wine and you're going the fuck to sleep. It's like, okay. So that was my week, I guess. And then, I woke up today, hung out with my roommate, and then I drove back to the city and then I took a nap. So for me to be kind of as chipper as I am for taking a nap.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have you post-nap angry than falling asleep on the podcast.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'll take the lesser of two evils in this case.
But I'm really not even being that mean.
No, not yet. We're only 20 minutes into the podcast.
Yeah, but usually the assholeness starts like
Yeah, it's pretty early
Right
on.
away?
Yeah.
so.
Trust
I
me,
think by letting me
haven't
talk
said
about
much.
myself,
Yeah.
first,
I've held
I-
back comments on you eating chips while telling a story in order to not make you angry.
I also think, but you still said it. So you
I
still,
had to just to point it out.
I think by letting me talk about myself first is
Mm,
also a good move because
That's
if I
fair.
just sit here and listen
yeah.
first,
You're just going to get bored and annoyed.
I'm gonna be annoyed.
Yeah.
But
um,
my week wise, that's pretty much it. I mean, I live at a baseball stadium now,
mhm.
so pretty much all I got.
I mean, hey, you're not bored ever.
Never. And I have to say, I feel like I've lived way more life living at the stadium than I had at my old corporate job. At my old corporate job, I had all the fucking time in the world. I was done with work at 5. I worked from home from my apartment in the city, and I go out more now than when I did when I worked from home from here.
Yeah. Well, because like when you're out, excuse me, when you're out working, you're just like, well, I'm already active. I'm already out. I'm already doing something. Let me just keep doing whatever. If you're at home, you're just like, I'd rather not go anywhere and
Yeah.
function as a normal human being in this society.
I also work with people my age.
Yeah.
Who also all want to go out. And like they've been here more than some of my home friends have. And I've known them like a month and a half. So like we also just like utilize the fact that I, live in the city.
Yeah.
So it's just nice because we're all friends, which is nice too. So it's not like, oh, I don't like, yeah, you're all my age, but I don't like any of you.
That's my job.
I adore them.
I hope none of the people I work with listen to this.
I hope the people I work with do. Shout out you guys. You rock.
Yeah.
Thank you. But yeah, I'm never bored. Always tired, but
Never bored. Yeah. It's a way to live life.
It is. I think I'm going to paint something that says that. Always tired, but never bored.
Yep.
Should get a tattoo.
Don't tempt me with that because I'll go do it.
Yeah. Right on your back.
No.
It's kind of a shoulder. No, shoulder blade.
Mm-mm. I don't
Or
like
like-
that.
Or like
I've run into the issue
Your
where all
foot.
my favorite spots to have a tattoo are
filled.
tattooed.
Yeah.
So I can't really get any more.
It's kind of the problem is you only have so many body parts.
I want to fix this.
until you just fill up your whole arms. And you're just like, all right.
Yeah. I obviously Dave's here. Yeah. So Dave flew in at the fucking middle of the goddamn night. It wasn't that late. But he flew in Friday night,
It
right?
was pretty night. It was like
It was pretty late.
It's like midnight.
Yeah. Friday night, traffic at the airport. I mean, you've lived in Orlando, Sarah. You fucking know. But like, I mean, you figure 11 o'clock at night, there's not going to be that much traffic at the Orlando airport. Well, you can go fuck yourself if you think that, because that's what happened to me. It took me, I don't know, half an hour easily to get to get up to the airport, and Dave still wasn't even off the plane. So I had to just fucking circle that bitch back around. And so what I did was I stopped in the cell lot and just hung out there, went to the bathroom, and then just like, actually, I mean, you may not have even landed yet when I was in line. And so I waited at the lot until Dave texted me saying, I'm walking to the doors, to the exit. And so I was like, okay, good. So let me leave now. I get back up there. There's still some fucking traffic. Half of it's because people just don't know how to drive at an airport. You just, if your person's not there, you keep fucking going. You don't get to just sit around with your hazards on, hoping that they're going to fucking be running through the Orlando airport, which is massive.
Huge.
I was pissed. So then I finally get up there. Dave's like, I'm at number 5. I go, all right, good. Don't fucking move. I'm coming. I see him. I pull in. He gets in. We pull out. In and out. 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Then I take him back to the airport at the ass crack of dawn the very next morning. What did you just do? I missed it. What happened?
I missed it too.
No, you both missed it.
It looked like you dropped something.
No.
No.
Joe goes in and out 5 seconds. That's how you do it. That's funny.
Okay, sorry.
It's such a riveting story.
Yeah. I take him back to the airport, ass crack of dawn. Saturday morning. So literally he came over to my house, slept. We both slept, and then I took him back to the airport.
Yeah, overslept.
Yeah, overslept. We got him there an hour late.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So he came down Friday night. He left Saturday morning.
I visited a friend in Raleigh. That
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you just fly there?
It was cheaper this way. Trust me. There was no I looked at everything, every possible way.
But at what point do you sacrifice price for just straight up convenience?
Yeah, I mean,
not this point. So that's
yeah, I could care less about convenience than my money. Because I was just like looking at everything like, okay, if I just fly down to Raleigh, and even then it was like the times were different. So I was like, so there was that one way to Raleigh, and then I would get a one way Raleigh to Orlando, then I get a one way Orlando to Buffalo, and it was like right there, it was literally like an extra $100, and I was like, how is this? Because everything from like Buffalo to Raleigh, there was a layover, because there was no direct flight unless I wanted to pay $300 just for that. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not doing that. I was going to drive down, but gas is $5. So it's like, okay. And I was going to like rent a car if I just flew to Raleigh and then drove the rest of the way to Orlando.
You can't rent a car. Not old enough.
you can rent a car. It just costs extra.
Yeah, it costs extra.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's an option for like because you have to be 25.
Yes.
And then it was like, are you 25 and over? And I was like, no. I was like, okay, what are you? 18 to, I think it was like, I don't know, 18 to 21 and then 21 to 24. And so I was just like, yeah, I'm this age. So that was a lot extra too. So I was like, and everything was, and since I would be dropping it off in a different city, that was extra.
It was crazy.
So I was like, okay, what if I do a round trip of Raleigh to Buffalo, and then I just drive the 8 hours to Orlando and then drive back to Raleigh and then take the plane. This was literally the cheapest way.
Okay. I just wanted to know.
Oh yeah.
So I took him back to the airport.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, right shortly after I took him to the airport, I drove back home. I got in the shower. I got ready, and I drove 3.5 hours down to Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. And it actually ended up being
just about as long a week as I did.
Yeah. And that was all packed into fucking the last 3 days. I drove down to Fort Lauderdale. It ended up being like nearly a 4-hour drive because fucking traffic, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And I went down there to visit my friend Samantha, who's been on the podcast before. And it was her very close friend, Jamie. It was her 30th birthday. Got to celebrate 30-30.
30-30.
Yeah. So we went down there. I bought everyone shooters. And we walked around with my bag of nips all day long. And it was so fucking hot down there. I mean, the bar we went to is called Elbow Room, right across the street from the beach. So we were just on the beach the entire fucking day.
That's so fun.
Yeah. So we were walking around with this black bag of nips. And so they were just getting toasty warm. And so they were all like, hey, do you guys want to do the shots? And so I pulled one out and I was like, these are warm. I don't think anybody wants, they've been sitting in the sand.
What kind were they?
I got a variety pack. I got tequila, vodka, Jack. Those are pretty much the varieties I got, but different flavors of vodka.
None of them would sound good warm.
No, there wasn't a single one you could do warm. And so, God, what did we do? I don't even remember. We drank a lot. We got giant 45-ounce margaritas, and they were 2 for $1. So we were like, well, let's get. Can we get them to go? Because we were just going to go get them and then go back to the beach. And she was like, oh yeah, I can put them in to go cup if you'd like. And we were like, all right, well, let's get one here. And then we'll get the next one to go. And then we'll head back to the beach. So we get the one, fucking comes out, size of my goddamn head. Huge. Delicious, by the way. And then the rest of our party comes over to the bar. They also order the 2-for-1 margaritas. And
2-for-1?
yeah. So the bartender comes back up. She goes, "Are you guys all together? Do you want to just like put these two together and just like only pay for one of them?" And so I was like, "Yeah, fuck it." And she goes, "All right, I just need somebody's card." And so everybody starts. I'm like, I got this, right? Like, drinks on me this time. Fucking hand it over. And then we had already decided, the four of us had walked up the first time, that we were still going to get another one to go. So I was like, well, if we're going to get another one, you guys got to get another one. The other half of our party that was with us. So then I paid for the second round too. Get the bill back. I fucking look. These margaritas, great, 2-for-1, $44 for the two of them.
Yeah.
So, and like I had been listening to
Wait,
this.
so it was only $22 for that
45
big ass
ounce.
drink?
It's pretty much, yeah, for a 45 ounce.
I take back my reaction.
Yeah,
That is
so
not
like
bad.
when the bill came in, it was $88. I think it was like 97 after tip. When I spent $97 and only had 4 drinks, I was like, but
Wait, so it was 88
yeah, because it was 22 per drink,
and you got 4 of them.
4 of them. So it was 2-for-1, but the 2-for-1 price is 44. Like one of them
Got it.
costs
I got
$44, but technically it's 22.
Okay.
bucks.
Yeah.
So not that bad.
But still-
But I like had heard one of the bartenders talking to this woman who came up behind me. She was like standing at the bar and she goes, "What if I just want one? Like I don't want 2 margaritas." And he goes, "Well, then it's $45. And she was like, "But if I get 2, it's the same price." And he goes,
Is this bitch stupid?
"Yes." And so I couldn't figure out who was more dumb. I didn't know if it was her or if it was him for like not explaining it to her better. But I guess he was explaining it straightforward. He just he sounded more confused. Like the more she explained, why am I going to pay the same price for one?
yeah.
He was like, you know what? That's a good logic. Why would you do that? So then he was
Makes no
confused. And then even like I overheard that conversation. I was like, I'm confused now. Like, what if I did? Like, what if my bitch ass rolled up here alone
Yeah.
and wanted just
Yourself a
one
fucking
giant
bit.
45 ounce margarita, which would be, first of all, insane. Second of all, what, like,
You wouldn't get a 45 ounce margarita by yourself?
I don't know.
I would.
It was good. I probably would have,
I would too.
but I don't know. Either way, then we went back to their cousin's apartment, the Jamie's cousin's apartment. We went back to in Fort Lauderdale, all showered, got ready to go. And then we did the shots before we left, and we all were like way too drunk already. We take it and we all did half of the bottle. Every
Right.
single person could not finish the entire bottle. And we were like, fuck this. And so we all just kept it in our pockets. We're like, maybe we'll get to it later. Didn't end up happening. And we went out to dinner. Then we went out to this place called The Wharf, which was like this huge, it's this huge like outdoor club, I guess you could say. It's like divided up into different sections. Really loud music everywhere. They got cornhole going on, beer pong, ping pong, food trucks everywhere. It was fucking awesome.
I want to go to this.
They had a whole
Yeah, it
roped
sounds so
off
cool.
area for people from Buffalo. Fucking sick.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there was just enough people from Buffalo that they had a whole roped off area for us. And
That's
so
cool.
Samantha's cousin was down there. He lives near the wharf. And so he knew a bunch of the people in there. He was like close with them. So he was like, yeah, like you guys can just come with me and we'll all go in there. So our entire fucking party of 9, who I think almost all of us, not every single one of us, but almost all of us were from Buffalo. We're all in there, just a bunch of fucking Buffalo people. We're just living it up. It's
Dude,
fucking
that's
awesome.
Crazy.
It was so
Wild.
cool. And look, we had like a security guard outside the fucking velvet rope, just opening and closing. I was like, this is fucking awesome. And it was free to go into this place. Completely free. I only spent money on a drink there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I
wild.
want to go to Fort Lauderdale.
It was so much fun. I highly recommend it. Beautiful weather the entire day. Didn't rain at all.
That is really nice.
Yeah. It was so much fun. And so then I drove back up that night, did not make it all the way. It's pulled off at a rest stop about an hour out of Fort Lauderdale. And I was literally falling asleep at the wheel. I was like, I cannot cannot keep driving. So I pulled off to a rest stop. I was like, I'll take a 30-minute nap. I set my timer for 30 minutes and I'm going to get back up, go back on the drive, get back on the road. Slept for 2 hours. Woke up at 5:45 in the morning and was like, motherfucker. Immediately texted Dave and was like, probably not going to be able to get you because I just woke up. And on top of that, my car battery died because I fell asleep with my radio on. So I woke up to a dead battery and I was like, motherfucker. So now I have to call AAA. They go, it's going to be about an hour. Again, this is about 5:45 in the morning. So I'm like, fuck, this sucks. Like, I just want to get home now. Yes.
Can I recommend something?
Yeah.
So my old car, the battery used to die all the time. You can get a charged box with jumper cables, and you should have that. So then you never have to worry.
That's true. Yeah. And like, you wouldn't think I would ever have to worry about that because like, what are the chances that really happens to a brand new car? Well,
right. But it did.
Chances are high when you're sleepy.
Nobody else pulled into the
So I asked there was like a groundskeeper, right? And I go, this woman looks official. Let me ask her. Surely in her nice official car, she'll have something. Nothing.
You don't have jumper cables?
I don't have jumper cables. I thought I did.
Oh.
I don't.
Also a mistake.
Also a mistake. Yeah. So then I was asking like anybody that pulled in with a truck. I was like, do you have jumper cables? And they were like, nah, man. Sorry. I was like, fuck. And I felt like a creep walking up to everybody's car. 6:00 in the goddamn morning. I'm walking up. I go, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Like from a distance before I approach their vehicle. Cause I don't fucking know. It's Florida. Everybody's got a gun. I was fucking like, what would you do if I walked, not me, because you know me, but like if somebody that looked like me walked up to your fucking car at 6:00 in the morning at a rest stop that you just stopped at to go to the bathroom really quick in the middle of fucking Florida?
I'd cry.
I would trust it because I'm assuming you were wearing nice clothes.
Yeah, I was wearing a button-down shirt with the turtles on it.
Yeah. I'm not thinking you are going to do anything.
Yeah,
You know,
I approached somebody in a rest stop once. Sorry, quick side note.
No, you're fine.
I was driving home from Boston my sophomore year of college to surprise my mom for her birthday. It was the middle of winter. This car like pulls up to me on the highway and is like trying to get my attention. And they're like, your back tire is like deflating, like it's running out of air. And I was like, what? And I couldn't call my mom because I was trying to surprise her.
Mm-hmm.
So she would have been like, well, why are you on the highway? Where are you going? Like, just go back to school. Like
Mom, don't worry about that part.
Yeah. So I call one of my friends from school. I'm like, Jared, what do I do? He's like, just pull into a rest stop and like ask somebody to help you. So, because I don't know how to put air in my tires. I have no idea what to do. And so I pulled in and there's this burly man getting out of a big like 18
and you judge that book by its cover hard. You're like, this guy knows.
He's getting out of an 18-wheeler. I was like,
oh, he knows. Yeah.
And I mean, he was using the air thing. So
that's a good assumption then.
I was like, excuse me, can you do that for my tire? I just don't know how to do it. And then I'm asking this man, do you think I can make it to New Jersey? He was like, yes.
He's like, yes, sweetheart, you got it. Go right ahead.
And I was like, thanks. So I have approached people in a rest stop. I mean, it was one person.
I approached multiple people and I was more uncomfortable every single time. And
honestly,
so
good confidence for you because I was sat there and waited for AAA.
I was freaking out. So yeah, well, like that's at that point I was like, I'm just fucking waiting. But then like as I'm walking back to my car, the groundskeeper, whoever she was, she goes, oh wait, I was like, yeah, like hopes through the roof. And she goes, if you dial *347, and I'm like, fuck, so you're not helping me. But she did help me because this ended up pulling through for me. She goes, if you dial *347 and it's like the non-emergency line, they can get one of the road rangers out here to help you out. You know, they've got that free service. She goes, sometimes it's faster than AAA.
Is that for just Florida or is that every state?
I imagine every state probably has it, but I don't know if it's *347 for every state. So I was like, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So I go back to my car, dial *347. I go, hi, I'm at this rest stop in Martin County. I'm heading northbound on 95 and my car battery is dead. I need to jump. She goes, all right, yeah, we can get one of the road rangers out to you. She goes, it is a free service and it's like not at the top of their priorities. She goes, but I'll send it out. And they'll get to you hopefully soon. And I was like, yeah, like absolutely. Like I go, I'm also waiting on AAA. So whoever gets here first, that's who's helping me. And I'll call one of you back. And so the Road Ranger pulls up and the truck is labeled Road Ranger. So I was like, all right, bet I know this guy's here for me. And
How
like,
long did you wait?
after the phone call, probably about 25, 30 minutes. So not
Okay.
bad. And he was like, yeah, you need to jump. And I was like, yeah, got it. Started right away. He had one of the boxes. He just hooked it up. Bada boom, bada bing. And right after we finished that up, I'm like, okay, let me get my car. Get everything set up. I go to call AAA back, and I get a call from the tow company that AAA is sending me. And I'm like, fuck, this means that they're pulling up soon. That's what that means. I answer the phone. He goes, hey, this is I think his name was Weston. This is Weston with the tow company. I just pulled into the thing. Are you here? And I look, and sure as shit, there he is at the other end of the fucking parking lot. I'm just like,
No, man.
I'm like, yeah, I'm still here. I go, I just got my car jumped. So I'm actually good. I was about to call you like let you know I don't need your help anymore. And he goes, oh, is that you down there with the Road Ranger? I go, yes, it is. He goes, all right, sounds good, man. Like happy somebody was able to help you. I go, yeah, thank you. He was super nice.
That's nice because
Yeah.
they took the dick about it.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, like, thanks so much for coming out. Like, sorry, like you still had to make the trip. He goes, no worries. Like I'm, driving around anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, still getting paid.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, thanks. Like really appreciate it. And I fucking pull out, zoom, make it all the way back home. Dave beats me back to my house. So he just had to walk around the block because the door was locked.
Yeah, this is my
Yeah.
he's getting this all. I get off the plane at like I don't know,
LAX
7
with
or
Dreamer's cardigan.
a little.
That was funny, right? That was good.
So good. That
You
was
said something. You said something like what? And then I heard Dreamer's cardigan. I'm like, oh.
Basically went, wait, he's living in California?
Yeah, I was like, we talking about LAX.
Fucking, oh god.
Oh
That's
shit.
it.
Yeah, that's the clip right there.
So get off the plane at like 7 or just before 7:00, and I see all of Joe's messages, and I'm like, okay. So then when I'm like, how far away are you? He's like, yeah, it's gonna be like 9:00. And I'm like, nah, so I'll just Uber. But I was just taking my time. So I got I grabbed like a bagel, some fruit cup, lemonade, and I was like, I'm just gonna eat some food. I watched some.
He did
YouTube.
not make his own airport sandwich.
No, I did not.
Yeah, I knew what you were thinking because Dave asked the question too. He did not do it.
Yeah, I tried. I wanted to see where it was.
I was like, I probably shouldn't bring this whole debate up
Fuck
again.
both of you. I don't get what the whole issue is of making yourself a bagel sandwich.
Just ask them to do it for you. I'm done.
Oh my god! If I had asked them, they would have literally spit in my food. Was that the whole thing behind it? You wanted me to ask them that whole time?
Like what? Yes.
Oh, they don't do that. No, they're like you're get your food and get the fuck out of my face. That's who they are.
We're moving on.
I wish I had known that part of the story. I would have explained it right away.
I just still think that that's an option.
No, it's definitely not. It's 100% not.
Maybe I'll try it when you drop me off tomorrow.
Yes, do it. Try it tomorrow, and I promise you, if you ask them to make you a bagel sandwich, they are going to look at you like you have 17 heads and you're a fucking Nazi.
Why? It's not that hard.
Yeah, that's why they go do it yourself. And they would literally be like, "What? You can't make your own fucking sandwich? You got the ingredients right here."
Yeah,
I don't know.
The place that I went to, they made me butter my own bagel. I literally asked.
Yeah.
I asked for a bagel toasted with butter. They put the bagel in a brown paper bag with 1 thing of cream cheese and 3 butters. And I'm like, I wish you would have told me this because I didn't even grab a knife. So I'm sitting here like a dumbass dipping my bagel in butter.
It's the Orlando issue. Sarah, it's Florida, Orlando. Remember these people. They fucking suck.
Yeah, they don't know what bagels and breakfast sandwiches are. But anyways,
Sorry, yeah.
so I get off, I eat my food, and then I get an Uber back to the house, and and the door was locked. So I was like, okay. And Joe said, just ring the doorbell, but I didn't want to ring the doorbell because I didn't want to wake his one of his roommates up. And I was just like, he was like, he said 9 o'clock, and I was like, I'm just gonna walk around the neighborhood. So I took a walk, put my music in.
With your luggage?
Did I what?
With your luggage?
I don't have it. I had a book bag. That's it. And I just left it on this porch. I was like,
It's a nice neighborhood.
yeah,
Nobody's gonna take it.
That's one of the things I thought about. I go, man, I really hope nobody steal my stuff. But I go, it's a pretty nice neighborhood. Nobody seems like they're all walking dogs and everything. So
Yeah. Everybody's got way more money than we do in this neighborhood, so they're good.
yeah, the cars that I was seeing every time, and I'm like, okay, let's relax, guys. So I take the walk, and I walk. As soon as I get back to the house, I hear a car turn down the street, like turn onto the street, and I look and I'm like, I bet you this is Joe, and he pulls right in. We go in, and that's
I went to sleep.
Yeah, and we went to sleep because I was dead tired too. I was falling asleep
Yeah.
in my Uber,
Which is the most uncomfortable thing
Yeah,
in the world. I hate falling asleep in somebody else's car.
I felt a little
a
weird.
stranger's car. I'm just like,
Yeah, I felt a little weird, but it was also weird because like I was hoping that like she would have some conversation. Like I will never start the conversation, but like the Uber, so most of the Uber drivers I've had, they've had some conversation with me, but like this ride was also like a fucking 30,
it's a long
35-minute drive.
Long drive.
So it was just dead silent. Well, I mean, she had radio on. Sorry, she did have the radio on, which played some.
Well, wait a
good
second.
songs.
You told me that she's been Ubering for 4 years.
Yeah.
How did you figure that part out without talking to her?
Because of her bio on.
Oh, right. I forget
Yeah,
that
she was
the app
like,
has that.
"Oh, I have this many reviews. 4.5 years been doing it. She's got a 5.
How many
5
stars? 5
I
stars?
think 5, 4,
Wow.
4.5, maybe 4. I don't
That's
know.
pretty good.
Yeah, she got me there in one piece. So,
5 stars for her.
yeah, and then we went to bed.
What did we do that day? Oh, then that day
Oh yeah,
we drove up to Daytona at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah,
So that
we
was
did-
yesterday. We went up to Daytona,
took another hour and a half or hour and 20
drove through the pouring rain to get up there.
Yeah, I think we literally
Why?
went through a hurricane. I think.
Why?
The normal, because Dave wanted the food that he had from spring break.
You're
Yeah.
kidding.
No, I'm not kidding.
I had a bomb ass time though.
It was, oh my
They
God,
had-
it was so much fun. It was great food. The
They-
beach
yeah.
was awesome. We were
Yeah.
right on the beach. I mean, it was literally the same place he went to and stayed at. So like,
Yeah, I was like, I need this food again because I'm probably not gonna be going back for a while. So we got that food. I got we got a couple drinks, some good ass drinks. I got to keep one of the cups. We got souvenir shots,
yeah,
shot glasses. There was some karaoke going on.
fucking, oh my God. I have to,
Oh yeah.
did you see my story, Sarah?
I saw it from today
There was
because I
this,
didn't have a game. So anything you post,
That's
with
fair.
the homestand, it's not getting seen.
Okay, that's fair. So let me see if I can,
there was.
I'm going to send this to myself.
a legit.
I literally go MIA. Like I don't answer people for days. My whole phone, like I can get 3 scrolls. It's just all people from my job that I'm texting.
constant just communication, like what's
or like-
going on.
Interns, people I work with, guys in the press box. Like
What?
Guys in the press box. I'm just like, it's like the fact that they had their own categories, like made me question it.
I said interns. They have their own category.
Okay, well, you keep
Yeah,
talking. I'm gonna pull this
anyways.
video.
There was a legit grandma who was doing some karaoke,
Really?
and when
Was she
Joe-
It's
crushing it?
fucking. Oh, she was crushing it.
I love that for her.
yeah,
It's my therapist.
Oh, did you guys see the tacos? Did you say that's my therapist?
Yeah, I have an email. We've been doing Zoom. Well, we've done one Zoom meeting out of the several phone calls that we've had.
Right.
She's not as old as I thought as she sounds.
Oh.
Yeah.
I still would not want to do
You
that.
guys see the tacos I had today?
Yeah, they
They were
look good.
crispy chicken.
Crispy chicken, bro. Yo, there was this little like tiny taco. Like you ever seen like an old or like I feel like you run in the mill mechanic shop. It's just like a 2-car garage type deal situation. in East Aurora, there is, I think it's like, for some reason, I want to say like Lost Taco or something like that. But it's just like this little taco shop that's just hidden back. It's an old mechanic shop, it looks like. It's got a nice little like bar that you can just sit at. And I think it's got a TV up in the corner. I think people were, I don't know if they were playing it. If people were just like hanging out or if they were playing yard games. But
That's so
I
fun.
want to try it out because I want a good taco.
But like, guys, my taco place.
Oh, what is it? What's
Los
it called?
Tacos Numero Uno.
Los Tacos Numero Uno.
Best taco in the city. El Prez, Dave Portnoy said it himself also. So
And he tells nothing but the truth.
absolutely nothing but the truth.
Yeah, whenever I decide to drive, what do we decide? 6 hours, 7 hours?
6, I think it is.
Or for some reason make 13 different flights just to get there.
Honestly.
Because I would.
Fucking.
It's probably, yeah, I don't know what it does that sometimes. I think I tried to do that the one time and oh yeah.
Oh god. Oh god. Okay.
Place is called Ocean Deck, by the way.
Yeah. So I'm
Go
gonna.
there. You better go
Oh,
there.
what?
Ocean Deck. If
The song?
No. The restaurant.
Oh,
Okay. Can you see this, Sarah?
Yeah.
Game is killing it.
Yeah.
All right.
Now that everyone knows your email, Joe. I can't hear it though.
You can't.
No.
Oh damn. Well, she's singing "You've Got a Friend in Me," and just look at what she's wearing. And she sounded so much like everybody's, like your most basic grandmother.
Yeah.
Like, Dave, do your best impression of her singing this song.
I couldn't even. But like, if you were like, there is an old woman singing. If you were like, oh, this sounds like an old woman singing. Yeah.
Couldn't carry the tune at all, right? Like,
Aw.
it was just like she's just like speaking the words, but I was like, yo, this is fucking gold. And Dave was cracking up. I'm also dying laughing. And after she's done, the bar erupts in cheering. Just everybody was screaming for her. She was so fucking awesome. Yeah, had those shots, and we walked an hour down the beach, walked an hour back.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. The weather was nice. Water was nice. Water was beautiful.
You guys had a little like brother date.
Yeah. Sure.
I just wanted to watch the two of you get wildly uncomfortable as I said.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it was nice. We tried throwing a shell into the water. Didn't go well.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Why?
Well, I
feel like
picked
I'm
We
it
found a nice shell.
Found a nice shell. I was just gonna carry it, and then Joe said, "See how far you can make it." I'm like, "Okay." It literally went 4 feet.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, let me try. And so I threw it from closer than he was, and it went the exact same spot. So I threw it even less of a distance. I was very disappointed.
There's some little things that
I just feel like I've been asking the two of you why a lot of why things happen.
Why not? You're not a guy, Sarah. You could never understand the urge to just want to throw something into water.
there's some little things.
I'm not understanding why you think it went poorly. Like you just
I don't
Because
know.
it didn't make it to the water. It didn't even touch water. It just landed in the sand 3 feet in front of us.
I figured something. It wouldn't go far because it was.
Yeah, it was a small shell. It
It
wasn't
was
like, it was like this big. So, like the wind
Yeah.
Right.
everything was
The wind is
affected.
stronger than our arm.
Yeah, it did not matter how far we threw this. It was not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It took us 15 years to park because there was no. It was like you pay $30 for parking. You pay 20, and then we were like, all right, we see this one spot, $30 for parking. We'll wrap around. We'll do one wrap around. We wrapped around, got back there. Lot was full. We're like, oh my god.
It's fucking awful. We're driving down this tiny ass strip that you can hardly fit 2 cars through. And we're dying. Just, is there parking anywhere? There's no parking. You'd think the world's most famous beach, according to them, they'd have some parking spots. They got nothing.
that's
And
how
so
they
we-
always make it look busy.
Yeah. So we finally find an open, like, parallel parking spot on the side of the road
Mhm.
where there's a meter. Pull into that shit. according to Dave, parallel parked horribly. It went great.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah. And we get out, and I go. Dave reads the meter. He goes, "All right, it's 5 minutes for every nickel, 10 minutes for a dime, and 15 minutes for every quarter you put in."
That's a
And
rip-off.
what?
It's a rip-off.
Oh yeah.
In my
I
town
don't
at home,
even think I may not. I think it was like 3 minutes for a nickel.
in
or-
my town at home, a quarter gets you 2 hours.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah,
Not this one. So we walk up there and we're like, okay, I was like, I got a couple dimes in the car until we can get some quarters. So let me just throw some in to get some time on. And so we put the dimes in, nothing happens. There is no timer. It's just flashing at us. And I'm like, well, what the fuck do we do? And Dave's like, well, let me go get some quarters to at least see. And we're like, okay. So the guy gives us, $4 in quarters. We throw one in, and again, nothing. It's just flashing, and it says, what did it say? It said out of, and then blank. So I was like, is it out of service, out of time, out of like, what are we out of?
I saw this on your story. I thought this was funny.
Yeah. And so I'm like, well, we're not like the people across the street from us who had also just parked. They couldn't figure out how to get their meter to work either. Dave said that the guy said that some of them don't work, right?
Yeah.
So we were like, all right, fuck it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? I go, let me put a piece of paper on the dashboard and just explain, like, meter's not working. We parked here. Here's the time. And that's what I wrote out. And you saw the picture on my Instagram story. I literally wrote on the back of a parking like slip to like pay for parking somewhere else. Meter broken, parked at 3:15 p.m.
June 18th.
June 18th or 19th, 2022. And I was like, let's just put this on the dash. And then Dave goes, you want me to leave the quarters there so they know we could have paid for parking? And I was like, it's not a bad idea. So we left $4 worth of quarters there to know that to tell them that we could have paid for 4 hours of parking. And then we stayed for 4 hours.
I don't think it was 4 hours.
No, we left a little early.
No tickets, no nothing. I'm sure nobody even cared.
Probably not.
They're just
But-
like, all right, whatever.
Instagram story worthy. Yeah. Keep the honest people honest.
Keep honest, That's what it's there for.
And that was our weekend. Today we went to Epcot.
You
And,
drink on the wall?
It's Epcot. We drank.
You have the grapefruit beer.
Yeah, and that's what I'm drinking now too.
They sell it?
Yeah. At like Walmart and Target down here.
Will you send it to me?
Sure. Am I allowed to do that?
I think so. But,
I'll go to UPS.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really pay attention to what you can and can't do.
That's
I just
good.
know you can't send like hazardous things.
It's not hazardous.
It's not.
Yeah. So you should be fine, I guess. I don't know.
It's so good.
Oh no, you can't, because didn't you have to you wanted to send like liquor up? Our mom wanted you to send a bottle of
I
liquor.
wanted mom to send me my bottle of alcohol.
Yeah, but you couldn't because you have to have like a whole liquor license thing for it.
Well, was it open?
No.
So that one you couldn't do because it was like you had to have like a permit to send shit.
Whatever. Either way, I'll get you some. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we drank and walked around the world, but like one, drinks are expensive. Two, not every country had a drink that we liked.
Right.
So, you're skipping here and there. We,
When
got
Jess-
some.
Jess and I did it the last time that we were down there. We just split every drink
That's smart.
because we knew like there were some of them that we weren't going to like. And we pretty much like all of the same drinks. And then we were saving money and we still did it in every country except
Yeah.
there was two. So we both love the grapefruit beer. So we're like, fuck you, I'm getting my own.
Oh yeah, you got to get your own there. So good.
But it was a nice way because then we also weren't super fucked either.
Yeah. You know that pink frozen slushy that they have in France?
Yeah.
We got those.
Delicious.
So good.
So good.
Yeah. It's not what I wanted, but they were sold out of the thing that I wanted. So I got that one. I was like, I don't regret it. It was fantastic.
Which one did you want?
It's called very,
Very raspberry.
very raspberry. And it was I think they said it was a wine with raspberry flavor. And I was like, sure, I'll try it. And they were sold out. So obviously it was popular.
Right.
And then I got the corn on the cob that I posted a beautiful picture of on my Instagram story.
Right. I was like, oh my God, here he goes again with the fucking corn.
But the seasoning on it, a lot of seasoning. And I've got canker sores right now, so that shit was just burning the inside of my mouth.
Yeah,
Fucking awful, but delicious corn. And then you saw Dave almost got mauled by a duck.
Yeah, I would have been on the opposite side of the park.
It was so funny. It was just standing there because obviously it gets fed there all of the
I
time.
saw the duck and I was like, skip
Yeah,
out of my face.
it
Skip.
was so funny. And that was our.
These Disney tourists are literally nonstop.
Yeah, they just feed these birds like it's going out of style. And I'm like, this poor animal can't fend for itself now because you just fed it everything
French
on your
fry.
plate. Yeah. Rode the new Guardians ride.
Was it good?
Fantastic, dude.
I've already ridden it 3 other times. So like I love it. And I knew that.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
here's my thing. Like, if I was to ride it, would I get it? Because I've never seen the movie.
Yeah, it's nothing to get.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't appreciate it as much.
You maybe not appreciate it, but it's a good fucking ride.
Oh,
I
it's
like
fantastic.
thought the Star Wars ride was cool, but like I didn't really overly appreciate it because like
Yeah. I think
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to much of what was going on. Like, oh, this is like,
storyline wise.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
just like, this
I just
is.
got through the ride.
This is an awesome ride. That's what he was thinking.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I don't think my I think I was smiling the whole time.
Aw,
Like,
Yeah. And Dave
from-
doesn't smile. You know that.
from,
right.
from like when it started.
Face is warping around the side.
Whatever. From when it like started.
I almost fucking forgot. The main thing I wanted to talk about of my weekend or my day at Fort Lauderdale, there was this fucking person behind us on the beach. So like we were sitting like near the water. We were actually right behind a turtle nest, which is really cool. And there was this person behind us who I still don't know if it was a man or a woman. But they didn't have a shirt on. So body, I would say, of a man. But
Of a woman?
Flip it. That was good.
No, that was good. However, everything else very womanly, I guess is the best way to phrase it without sounding too, huh?
Feminine?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So like people kept saying she, but I really I really don't know. And this person definitely had some sort of stuff going on. You're like, yeah, schizophrenic, I think is what we all kind of came to the conclusion on. They were laying there next to the trash cans, and anytime somebody would come up to throw something out, they would yell random shit at this person. And I'll give you an example of what they yelled in a moment here. Nobody in our group wanted to go throw out the styrofoam cups from the drinks that we had. So I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. I don't care what this bitch thing yells at me. Sorry. This person really like should seek medical help because something was wrong. They were laying there with like plastic stools on their body. It was just like cuddling a plastic stool and then one on their feet.
This person was with people?
No,
Oh, they were alone.
all alone, which is why I say they should seek some medical help because yeah. But that's also like Florida in a nutshell. This person was the embodiment of Florida. So we're all get up. We're like, all right, let's move down the beach a little bit to where there's less seaweed right in front of our face. And kind of get away from, the weirdness. And so we get up and the one girl, she like gets up and she like puts on some sunscreen. She's spraying it. And the person laying there goes, yeah, spray some of that on me, bitch. And we're like, what? I am cackling. Everybody else is just like, I'm uncomfortable. The girl who was spraying the sunscreen was just like, no, I'm not going to do that. And she just kept calling her a bitch, or they just kept calling her a bitch. And I was just dying. I could not get over how fucking funny this person was. Prior to that, I was sitting there waiting for everyone to show up to the bar. So I was like sitting like on like the ledge near the beach. And this guy comes up to me from behind and he goes, "Hey, you want to go half seas on a beer?" And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Do you want to split like a 6-pack with me?" And I'm like, "No." He was like, "All right." Then he threw batteries at me. Like AAA batteries. Didn't like throw them, but like slid them across the ledge that I was standing on, and they hit me in the hand. I was like, and then he got up and walked away. And so the batteries were just sitting next to me. I go, "These could be bombs for all I know." So I just like moved them, and I just like was like,
Your
"Fuck
fingerprints
this."
are on them.
Wait, what'd you do when he threw them?
My fingerprints are on them. You're right. Shit. He like the story is a little out of order. He rolled one at me and it like touched my pinky, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So then and that's when he was like, "Want to split a 6-pack?" And I was like, "No." And I didn't know what he'd rolled at me. So I was like, "Okay, whatever." Like maybe it was like a rock or like a seashell or something. And then he like threw the next one and just got up and walked away. So like I ignored the next one because I wasn't looking back over at this fucking psychopath.
Bro.
And I was looking out at the water, watching people play spike ball on the beach.
And then he threw batteries.
Yeah, he walks away, and I finally look down at what he had thrown at me. 2 batteries sitting right next to me. I'm like, the fuck? First of all, where is this guy getting these batteries from that he's just walking around the beach with batteries?
Batteries are expensive. Don't
Yeah.
throw it away.
So I was like, okay, whatever. He's gone. And then a little bit later, these 2 guys that were sitting like slightly down the ledge from me, the one guy is like, and again, I'm like watching people play spike ball and just people watching. And he goes, "It's a pretty nice view out here, right?" And immediately I knew he was talking about all of the ass in front of me. Because, I mean, you know, it's Florida. It's a beach. There's girls in bikinis. Ass for days. And so this guy comes up. He goes, "Pretty nice views, right?" And I'm like, "Yep." Just like, he goes, "Yeah, I just biked 17 miles. And he goes, "This is my motivation right here." And I'm like, "That's a long bike ride. How long did that take you?" He goes, "Oh, a couple hours." I go, "Yeah, I just drove 3.5 from Orlando." He goes, "It's worth it, right?" I go,
Are we talking about the same thing?
just like, all right. He goes, "Where are you from?" I go, "I'm originally from New York." And he goes, "Oh, so is that girl over there?" Points to some random bitch on the beach who is from Brooklyn. And I go, "Oh, I'm from the opposite side. I'm from Buffalo." And so this other fucker that was with him, who was definitely done multiple lines of coke or just did a spoonful of crack. This guy was like had some shit, and he goes, "You're from Buffalo?" And I was like, "Yep." And I go, "But I live in Orlando now." And he goes, he's like gesturing to the guy. He's like doing this. He goes, "So," and just goes, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, and I look at the guy who's like having like a somewhat nice conversation with me, and I'm just like, and he says nothing in no defense or like tries to stop the guy from flipping me off. And I'm like, "Why? What did I do?" He goes, "I'm a Patriots fan." I go, "Oh, okay." So then the 3 of us start talking about football a little bit. I don't mind. It's whatever. They were mostly nice people. I'm like, "Oh, well, the Bills are going to win it this year." And the guy just keeps flipping me off. And I'm like, "All right, I'm not talking to you anymore." And the guy goes, "Oh, Josh Allen's pretty good." And he goes, "I used to coach Singletary when he was in Little League." And I didn't believe him for 5 seconds. And I'm like, "Oh, no way." And he goes, "Yeah, I did." And I'm just like, that's insane. And there was not a chance in hell this fucking fat motherfucker coached Devin Singletary when he was in Little League football.
And,
I didn't ask him to prove it.
It was like, you said, I didn't believe him for 5 seconds. And I was like, so there's.
Yeah, I just meant like, I should have said, I didn't believe him for a second. There wasn't a part of me that believed him. But they were fine. And I was just like, "Well, my friends are here." They weren't. So I gotta go. And he was like, "Nice talking to you." I go, "Yeah, you too." Weirdos. I was like, this is so fucking Florida, and I hate it.
And then he threw batteries at me. I think that's my favorite line.
Just like, so caught off guard. This guy just threw AAA batteries at me, and not even like good ones too. Like they weren't Duracell. They were
knockoffs.
Yeah, like the blue and silver ones, whatever those are. Yeah.
Those ones are okay.
Something with an R, I think.
I don't know brands and batteries, honestly,
anymore. I was disappointed.
You can't nail those.
Can't nail those.
No, you cannot. I do know that.
But yeah, so that's all I got this week. I got assaulted. Battery. That was
assault and battery.
Assault and battery.
Battery assaulted.
Yeah.
Wild.
Wild.
Oh, the one when we were in Daytona, the one chick that came out of the 7-Eleven, which I didn't. I thought I said something about it in the last podcast.
You're gonna be mad at him for not telling this story when he was on spring break.
But there was this chick, and it was the same one that we saw on spring break, because all she was wearing was bottoms to a bikini and strings and seashells covering
Her nipples.
Her nips.
Yeah.
That's all she had on.
And they were like, seashells just big enough.
Covering the nip. And she walked out, and I'm like, yo, this bitch was here when I was in Daytona.
And I looked up and I go, how are you not going to tell us about that?
Wait, oh my God. I drove back into the city today from Long Island.
Did you see this woman?
No. But like, I was driving back into the city and I came a different way because I was coming from Long Island. So I like took a different tunnel or bridge. I don't know. I just follow the directions. I usually take either the Lincoln or the GW, but I came a different way. I'm driving and there's this like older white man with a car, and then a girl who I would probably say is about my age, and she's facing like towards, like away from the street, like away from where all the cars are. She has flip-flops, jean shorts, and nothing on top. Like all I see is her back, but it is like bare. Like she is like openly exposed.
Yeah, full boob in it to all of New York City.
But no. She's like she's just facing this man.
No, oh.
And they're like talking, and her arms are like not covering herself. Like she's like,
this is willingly.
Part of me wanted to roll down my window and be like, "Are you okay?
You good?"
Like I wanted to ask her, but I was like, I don't want to.
Was she like angry, gesturing?
Face, I couldn't tell. Like I it didn't look angry, but I was like, and I thought maybe like, is it like a photo? Like, is she doing? But he had no camera, nothing.
I don't know that I could have a serious conversation with a woman who didn't have a shirt on, especially out in public.
On the side of the road.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask her if she was okay, but then I like didn't want to get like roped.
Yeah, but also it's New York, so you just gotta get out of it. I want to see the people of New York and the people of Florida just go head to head. We're just like a full-blown war with all the crazies we got.
Yeah. But that reminded me of that.
That plays bets. But yeah, we saw this woman walking. I would pull backing out of 7-Eleven. I look up, and this she's not young. Like, she's not an attractive looking woman walking around with seashells as nips. She is an old woman with slightly saggy tits with seashells on.
She had green hair.
Yeah.
She had cut it from the last time, by the way.
Is she a mermaid?
What?
She trying to be a mermaid?
Maybe.
And I'm like, what the? I'm like, how do they let her into the store?
Yeah.
That's all she's got to cover up.
And I just couldn't believe it. I was like starstruck for a second.
Like, okay, you got to just at least cover your nips to walk into 7-Eleven.
Crazy.
All you need. And make sure you have shoes on.
Anyways, let's bump it over to trivia here. Now that we talked about naked women.
Last week it was naked men. This week it's naked women.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, Jesse.
Yeah.
Weenie.
Okay, somebody pick a number. 6? I think that's too easy.
Okay.
Sydney, right?
I'm gonna say
I would
Melbourne.
say so.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Refresh right here.
Oh.
You've been refreshing up there, haven't you?
Right here.
Fucking idiot.
This one.
How much did the New York City subway cost to ride when it opened in 1904? You don't know that, do you, Sarah?
I don't.
Okay, let's do it.
How much does it cost now? Do you know that?
5.
$275.
Mhm.
Really? That's it?
Hey, Sarah, you know what happened last week when you weren't here?
What?
Dave got the trivia question on the nose.
Really? That's
Yeah.
unfortunate it didn't count.
Yeah, well,
What was it?
if one of us gets it right, That's screwed. Not even me, because I have some points. If Dave gets it right with 0 points, he ties you, and you two go to a tiebreaker. All right.
I thought we were counting mine from last.
Well, I tried to, but Sarah just said no. Sarah, does that sound good?
I wasn't listening.
Of course. Because I have points, I'm gonna lose this week. That's regardless. If Dave with 0 points gets this question right,
Spot on.
he ties you up, and then you. That's what he ties with you. Okay, he ties you, and you both go to a tiebreaker.
Next week or
No,
today?
this week.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait,
What?
what? What am I
Dave,
tying
Dave,
up?
Dave, if you get the question right today,
Yeah,
you then end up with the same amount of points as me, and we do a tiebreaker question today.
today. Okay, that's what I
Yes.
was confused about. I wasn't
Okay.
sure if we were doing it next week. Whatever.
Okay, so how much did the New York City subway cost to ride when it opened in 1904?
Okay.
What is all this noise that I'm hearing? By the way?
Fireworks, Magic Kingdom.
Oh, okay.
I'm locked in.
1904. All right.
Money went a long way back then.
Yeah. I feel like it has to be like a rounded number,
I have my answer.
like 5, 10, 15.
Right, like it's not going to be like 3 cents.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Sarah, what'd you put?
A nickel.
I also said 5 cents.
I said 15.
Let's find out. So the only way is if we're both wrong, Sarah. 5 cents.
5 cents. I was literally gonna go 5,
Yeah.
but I was like, no, we'll go a
Can
smidge.
you just tell me what the answer to number 6 is? Because I'm curious.
Yeah. Which country built an airport that only landed 1 commercial aircraft?
London.
Belgium.
Oh, did you get that right?
I said London.
Oh, London. Isn't London a city?
Yeah. I'm
How
not
many,
good.
how many rooms do you think are in Buckingham Palace?
35. Did you say 100?
125.
I'm going 37.
Holy crap. We were thinking bedrooms, weren't we?
No, I was just thinking rooms.
Oh.
I don't even know how big Buckingham Palace is.
I don't know.
Obviously enough to fit
Yeah.
775 rooms. Yeah. Wow.
Damn. That's wild. All right. All right. So Sarah, you won it with
Let's go.
let me get the total tally here.
Mm.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I had 2, 4. Dave had 0. But he got last week spot on.
What was the question last week?
Something about like ancient civilizations, and
Yeah.
Dave guessed Aztecs, and that's what or no, I guessed Aztecs.
Yeah.
You guessed the Incans, and it was Incans.
Lions.
The Incans.
Yeah.
Good job, Dave. I'm proud of you. I still won. So
Yeah, well. Remember, you have a week to claim it.
right. So it's not going to be this week because I'll actually be home, so I can actually like fend for myself.
Oh,
But
okay.
It'll be during my next homestand for sure.
Oh, okay, good.
Is that a new rule that we implemented?
Well, yeah, because we all take too long to claim the money.
Yeah, I never claim any money, so it's not like I get compensated for giving you guys money.
Just send it out.
All right, Dave, take it away.
You can find me on my Instagram at _underscore David Sharkey _. Twitter is at dshark101. And either week, I've had some good food.
Dude, I think if you don't say it's the sandwich that you had on spring break, Joel will kill you.
Well, I can't say that because I did say that one already. I mean, I could. Not that I said it like I said it a while ago, but I mean, of course, it is stacked chicken. That is like my number one, is what it was.
I think that's very reasonable.
But I feel like I was going to say the pizza that I had last night was pretty fire.
The pizza that we got?
Yeah.
Yeah, good pizza.
So that pizza was bacon or pepperoni, bacon, onions, and green peppers and hot sauce. extra hot.
Extra hot.
So that was
Old
fire.
busted hotness.
Oh,
Sarah?
At Sarah Bayless on Instagram with 3 A's. At You'll See It Eventually. I'll post my Bryce Vine and Hoodie Allen pictures probably sooner than any other content. that
Probably,
I was
yeah.
gonna say you're gonna
Ever
skip
have.
over all your other ones.
Maybe. They're already out of order. I like fucked them up. I like forgot about my birthday. I posted those before I didn't post those before I posted.
I don't know that I would ever hear you utter those words.
You forgot your birthday.
I forgot about my birthday, yeah.
know. Eat of the week. I'm a little torn. You know, I actually had McDonald's 3 times this week.
It's hard to pass up Nugs as the best eat of the week.
But I think I might have to go with the vodka slice of pizza from my pizza place around here.
Vodka
Pretty
slice.
fucking fire. It was a vodka margarita. So good.
They really just named pizza after alcohol a lot.
Yeah, margarita
Yeah.
pizza.
I'm gonna go with the pizza.
Pizza's a good choice. Did you also go pizza? Are we all going pizza?
Maybe.
No, I might have to change mine up. The food that I had. You can follow me on my photography Instagram, Sharky_photography. Regular Instagram, Secret Agent Sharky. Fucking doing. And YouTube channel, Joe Sharky. Eat of the week is I also had a lot of good food. I'm gonna have to go with. I was gonna say those fried clams that we had.
Oh yeah.
But I'm going with the mahi sandwich that I had at dinner in Fort Lauderdale because it was out fucking standing. Absolutely incredible. The sauce that they put on it, I don't even remember what it was, but it's so fucking good. And then a close second is all the fried food that I had at Ocean Deck with you.
Yeah.
Good times. Anyways, as for the podcast, follow us on Twitter at CSGPod, that's CSGPOD. Follow us on TikTok at The Shuffle Podcast, where we post our weekly clips. Subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all at The Shuffle Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye, everybody.